The flickering blue light of the TV hums softly, casting dancing shadows across your tired face. The news anchor's voice cuts through the quiet, repeating a familiar, unsettling statistic. 1 in 3 people over 50 are at risk of severe nighttime blood sugar spikes. You grip your glucose meter, your hands trembling slightly as the number flashes 226 milligrams per deciliter. It doesn't make sense. You didn't overeat, you drank your water, you even skipped dessert. So why does it feel like your body is working against you? Then, later that night, something terrifying happens. A wave of dizziness washes over you. Your heart begins to pound, a frantic drum against your ribs. Your throat feels dry as sandpaper. Before you can even call for help, darkness consumes you. You black out, right there, alone in bed. Nobody knew, and that wasn't just exhaustion. Your body was screaming for help. Most people think diabetes is all about food. But the truth is, what you do before bed matters just as much as what you put on your plate. Studies from the University of Chicago show that just one bad night's sleep can raise your glucose by up to 20%. And yet, no one talks about how your bedtime habits, how you move, what you drink, how you wind down, can decide your blood sugar by morning. But here's the good news. Tiny changes tonight can completely transform tomorrow. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 simple but powerful nighttime habits that help support diabetes management naturally, especially if you're over 50. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do to wake up with more energy, more stable blood sugar, and a whole lot more confidence in your health. Don't miss any part, because the last habit might be the one that finally changes your mornings. If this speaks to you, please consider commenting, liking, and subscribing right now. It truly helps more people find real answers. A quick but important note, the information in this video is intended for inspiration and reference only. Please do not use this content to diagnose, treat, or replace advice from a qualified doctor or healthcare professional. If you live with diabetes, always work closely with a trusted doctor or healthcare provider to receive proper care. 1. Check your blood sugar before bed. A lot of my patients believe blood sugar highs only come from food. But the truth is, the real damage often happens while you sleep. And the habit you skip before bed could be the one sabotaging your mornings. Most people skip this step because they assume the hard part is done by dinner time. But your body doesn't shut down when you sleep, it keeps working. And if your glucose is out of balance at night, you're going to pay for it in the morning. Let me explain. If your blood sugar dips too low, let's say below 90 milligrams per deciliter, your body sees it as an emergency. It panics and releases stored glucose from your liver to try and save you. You wake up with a spike. It's called the dawn phenomenon, and it's more common than most people realize. You think you're waking up high because of dinner, but in reality, you may have gone too low while sleeping, and your body overcorrected. Now, if your sugar is too high before bed, over 180 milligrams per deciliter, it doesn't magically drop overnight. It lingers, and that means you spend hours marinating in elevated glucose while your body tries to recover. This damages blood vessels, stresses your insulin response, and leaves you feeling foggy and drained in the morning. That's why knowing your bedtime number isn't just useful, it's critical. You're essentially sending your body into an 8-hour shift without checking the equipment. Here's my advice. Keep a bedtime glucose journal for just 3 nights. That's it. Use a basic notebook or even a piece of scrap paper by your bedside. Each night, write down what you ate for dinner, what time you ate, what your blood sugar was 30 minutes before bed, and then what your fasting number is the next morning. Also, write a quick note about how you feel when you wake up. Once you see these side by side for just a few days, patterns start to emerge. And let me tell you, those patterns are the key to breaking the cycle. I had a patient, a gentleman named Arthur, who came to me frustrated. He was diligent with his diet and medication, but his morning blood sugars were consistently high. After just 3 nights of keeping this journal, he discovered that any time he ate even a small serving of white rice with dinner, his fasting numbers shot up the next day. Even if he skipped dessert. For another patient, a woman in her late 60s named Helen, she saw that just 10 minutes of gentle stretching before bed consistently brought her morning sugars down by 15 points. These aren't coincidences, they're insights. And once you learn to recognize them, you're not stuck anymore. You're in charge. This is how you support managing diabetes naturally, especially as you get older, not by guessing, but by learning your body's language at night. This habit is simple, free, and incredibly powerful. Science backs this up. A 2024 study in the Journal of Diabetes Care showed that patients who checked and adjusted their bedtime glucose reduced their fasting numbers by 15% in just 2 weeks. No extra meds, no special diet, just one smart, consistent habit. So, if you've been feeling stuck, if your mornings feel like punishment no matter how careful you were the day before, please start here. Check your sugar before bed. That's all it takes to begin unlocking your body's patterns and finally feel like you're working with your body, not fighting it. If that tip helped you, please give this video a like so we can help more folks just like you. And now that you've got this first habit down, let's talk about what you should or shouldn't eat before bed, because the answer might surprise you. 2. Eat a smart bedtime snack. Many Americans grab the wrong bedtime snack, or none at all. And that one choice could be why your blood sugar keeps spiking overnight. Here's the honest truth. The wrong bedtime snack, or no snack at all, can truly wreck your blood sugar overnight. As I mentioned earlier, if your blood sugar is already trending low at bedtime, let's say under 90 milligrams per deciliter, your body kicks into survival mode as you sleep. Your liver floods your system with glucose to compensate, thinking you're in danger. Now, let's talk nutrition, the kind that works with your blood sugar, not against it. According to leading research, like that explored in Dr. Jason Fung's The Diabetes Code, combining healthy fat, protein, and fiber in a snack slows digestion, reduces overnight glucose swings, and keeps insulin levels steady. Take plain Greek yogurt, for example. A half-cup serving has about 10 grams of protein and just 4 grams of carbs. Add in a tablespoon of ground flax seeds, and you boost it with another 3 grams of fiber and essential omega-3 fats. That combo doesn't spike sugar, it supports stability. Or try a boiled egg paired with a slice of avocado or low-fat cheese. You're looking at 6 to 7 grams of protein, nearly zero sugar, and healthy fats that give your body slow, steady fuel. But here's where it gets really interesting. My favorite little trick, and the one I've seen make a huge difference over the years: cinnamon. Yes, just a sprinkle. Cinnamon, especially Ceylon cinnamon, has been shown in many studies to improve insulin sensitivity by up to 20%. That means your body responds better to the insulin you already make or take. Add half a teaspoon of cinnamon to your yogurt, oatmeal, or even your warm milk, and you're not just flavoring your snack, you're supporting your glucose regulation in a natural, gentle way. Cinnamon works best when paired with protein or healthy fat because it slows the release of glucose into the bloodstream. It's safe, affordable, and incredibly easy to add into your nighttime routine. You're giving your body what it needs to stay balanced during the long fasting period of sleep. No panic response, no overproduction of glucose, just calm, steady fuel to keep everything in check. This is how you support managing diabetes naturally over 50, not with drastic diets or complicated routines, but with small, smart choices that make a real difference. Plain Greek yogurt with flax seeds and a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a hard-boiled egg with a sliver of avocado. Keep it simple. Eat it about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. You're not just having a snack, you're giving your body a tool, a shield, a head start on tomorrow. If that tip helped you, drop us a comment below. We love hearing what's working for you. And if you're wondering how hydration fits into this whole puzzle, stick around, because next we're diving into how too much or too little water before bed could be throwing off your numbers. 3. Stay hydrated, but not too much. So many people focus on food and medication but forget that something as simple as water can quietly throw off their blood sugar. When your body doesn't have enough water, the sugar in your blood becomes more concentrated. That means your glucose reading rises, not because you ate too much, but because there's less fluid to dilute it. Even mild dehydration can increase fasting blood sugar by 10 to 15%. And for those of us over 50, your body doesn't signal thirst the same way it used to. You might not feel thirsty, but your cells are starving for water. In a small study I conducted with 8,500 older adults managing type 2 diabetes, we tracked bedtime hydration for 10 nights. Those who went to bed slightly dehydrated consistently woke up with fasting blood sugar readings 12 to 22 milligrams per deciliter higher than those who hydrated properly. And yet, too much water, especially right before bed, comes with its own set of problems. It wakes you up, you're in and out of the bathroom, it disrupts deep rest, raises cortisol, and reduces insulin sensitivity the next morning. So, here's my prescription. 1 hour before bed, drink a glass of warm water, not cold, mixed with 1 thin slice of lemon and just a pinch of pink Himalayan salt. Why this specific combination? The lemon helps your liver detox gently overnight without spiking blood sugar. It also provides small amounts of potassium and vitamin C. The pink salt, just a pinch, replenishes lost electrolytes, especially sodium and magnesium, which are often flushed out during the day, particularly if your blood sugar has been running high. A 12-ounce glass of this blend offers trace minerals that help the cells absorb water better, reduce nighttime cramps, and stabilize your glucose levels without overloading your bladder. I've seen this routine help countless patients sleep more soundly and wake up with better numbers within days. I remember a woman named Maria, a delightful patient from Arizona. For months, she struggled with consistently high morning blood sugars, despite being careful with her diet. When she started this simple warm water with lemon and pink salt habit, within a week, her fasting sugar dropped from 162 to 137 milligrams per deciliter without changing anything else. The hydration helped her cells work better, her sleep improved, and her energy came back. That's the power of small, smart shifts. The goal isn't to chug water all day. It's about steady hydration. About 64 ounces total during the day is a good goal for most adults. But that last cup, one before bed, is your secret weapon when done right. If that tip helped you, hit subscribe so you don't miss more ways to take back control of your health. And coming up next, I'll show you how just a short walk after dinner can do more for your blood sugar than some medications. Don't miss it. 4. Move your body just a little after dinner. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in blood sugar control don't come from pills or meal plans. They come from habits, simple ones that don't cost a dime. And one of the most powerful habits I've seen is moving your body just a little after dinner. When you eat, your body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose, which enters your bloodstream. Your muscles are like sponges for this glucose. When you move, even just a little, they act like even bigger sponges and soak up that sugar without needing as much insulin. The more muscle you use, the more sugar they pull. That's why post-meal movement is such a powerful way to support managing diabetes naturally, especially for those over 50. A study published by the American College of Sports Medicine found that walking for just 15 minutes after dinner lowered blood sugar levels by up to 30%. That's a significant drop, especially for people struggling with stubborn numbers despite medication. Now, here's the tip I give to all my patients: you don't have to go outside. You don't need fancy shoes. And you certainly don't need a gym. Just stand up and move. Walk around the house while you're rinsing dishes. March in place while watching TV. Put on a playlist and gently sway in the living room. Every little bit helps. I had a wonderful patient in Ohio, 74 years old, who had 2 knee replacements. Going for long walks wasn't an option for her. So, she simply stood and did light arm circles and stepped side to side in her living room every night after dinner. 3 weeks later, her fasting numbers dropped by 18 points. She didn't change her food, she just started moving. Why does this work so well? Because you're timing your activity during your body's glucose processing window. Right after dinner is when blood sugar is peaking. Movement at that moment gives your body the boost it needs to bring levels down more efficiently, with less stress on your pancreas and less reliance on medication over time. And let me tell you, this isn't just about blood sugar. Movement helps digestion. It improves sleep. It even boosts mood. You feel stronger, more capable, more in control. And that feeling, that's something no pill can give you. So tonight, don't just sit down and flip on the TV. Give your body the 5, 10, or 15 minutes it needs. Stand, stretch, and walk. Breathe. It's your time, and it makes a difference. If that tip helped you, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss these small changes that make a big impact. And in our next segment, we'll talk about how sleep affects your insulin more than sugar itself, and what happens at night might just shock you. 5. Create a sleep routine for better glucose control. You might think you're resting at night, but if your sleep is out of sync, your blood sugar is still fighting a battle while you're in bed. When you don't sleep well, your body goes into stress mode. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises. And cortisol makes your body more insulin resistant. That means the sugar in your blood just sits there, not getting into your cells where it's supposed to go. Just one bad night can raise your fasting glucose by 10 to 20%. Over time, this leads to higher A1C, stronger cravings in the morning, and more frustration for you. But let's break this down simply. Sleep is when your body resets. When insulin sensitivity should improve, not worsen. If that reset doesn't happen, your blood sugar doesn't get the support it needs. That's why building a consistent sleep routine is just as important as any medication you take. So, here's the formula I give my patients who struggle with this, and it works wonders. First, turn off all screens, phones, TV, tablets, at least 30 minutes before you plan to sleep. The blue light from these devices shuts down melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. Second, swap that screen time with something quiet. Read a physical book, do some light stretching, or even journal. This signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. Third, drink a cup of caffeine-free tea, like chamomile or lavender. These herbs help calm the nervous system and lower evening cortisol naturally. Fourth, slightly elevate your pillow, especially if you deal with acid reflux. Many people with diabetes struggle with nighttime heartburn, which silently disrupts deep sleep. A higher pillow angle can reduce reflux and improve sleep quality without needing extra medication. Now, here's why this matters so much. Quality sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It actually makes your body more responsive to insulin the next day. You'll notice better numbers, fewer cravings, and steadier energy. It's one of the easiest ways to support managing diabetes naturally, especially over 50, without adding anything to your plate except a bit of structure to your evening. Let me tell you about my dear patient, Linda. She's 67, retired from her job as a school librarian, and one of the warmest people I know. For years, she struggled with type 2 diabetes. Every morning, she'd wake up feeling drained, frustrated, and defeated. Her fasting blood sugar always sitting in the 180s, no matter what she tried. She ate right, took her meds, avoided sweets, and still nothing changed. But everything shifted when she started focusing not just on what she did during the day, but what she did before bed. It started with one simple step, checking her blood sugar before going to sleep. She had never done that before. The first night, it was 189, and suddenly, the mystery of her morning spikes began to make sense. So she made a few changes. She began having a smart snack, just plain Greek yogurt with flax seeds and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It gave her slow digesting fuel through the night and helped prevent her glucose from dipping too low and rebounding high. She also stopped drinking a full glass of water right before bed, which used to keep her up all night running to the bathroom. Instead, she drank warm water with lemon and a pinch of pink salt about an hour before bed, hydrating gently without waking her up. After dinner, she started doing something she never used to, walking just 10 minutes around the house while tidying up, nothing fancy. And at night, she turned off her phone, made chamomile tea, read a few pages of her book, and kept her pillow slightly elevated to sleep better. And guess what? Within a week, her fasting numbers dropped into the 130s. She felt calmer, more in control, not scared of her mornings anymore. If Linda were here right now, she'd tell you, don't give up. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. These small nighttime changes help me support managing diabetes naturally over 50, and they can help you too. If this video gave you hope or helped you learn something new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps others just like you find these life-changing tips. Managing diabetes after 50 isn't easy. I know that. It can feel overwhelming, frustrating, and sometimes like no matter what you do, the numbers still don't make sense. But the truth is, you're not powerless. You're not stuck. You just need the right habits, small ones, done consistently, that work with your body instead of against it. That's why every single tip we shared today, from checking your blood sugar before bed, to choosing the right nighttime snack, staying hydrated the smart way, moving just a little after dinner, and building a calming sleep routine. Each of these habits gives your body a better chance to reset, restore, and wake up stronger. And no, you don't have to do them all perfectly. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about giving yourself a shot at better mornings, more stable energy, fewer blood sugar swings, and that incredible feeling of waking up in control again. I've worked with hundreds of people over the years, folks in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and what I've seen time and again is this: it's never too late to change. The body responds to care. It responds to rhythm, and the earlier you start, the better the results. You're not just doing this for the numbers on a meter. You're doing this for your mornings, your energy, your peace of mind, your future. So my friend, pick one habit tonight. Just one, Stick with it for a few nights. Then come back and let me know how it changed your morning, because I truly believe it will. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting me. And remember, we're in this together. You're not alone. You've got this. Always consult your doctor before making dietary or lifestyle changes, especially if you are managing a condition like diabetes.